It always rains in Wales, if anybody asks. Right, we have some 2x4s, we have some sand, we have some ballast, we have some cement, we have some 4-inch posts. They're only 2.4 metres, not ideal, but we'll manage. Why have we got all those then, Dave? Tell us, you really want to know. It's really exciting. It's not though, is it? It just isn't. Where am I going? I need to be over there. Right. And then maybe all of this will make sense. So what I've got down there is the ability to make some concrete. The concrete is going to go down there. Ready? Those pieces of wood are 4.8 metres by 4.8 metres. And then on the end of this piece of wood, can I see that on the camera? Across there is a slope going up that way. So there'll be a slope to go up onto a concrete plinth there. On top of the concrete plinth, imagine something like that. Some posts, a roof which is over there, on top of there. So just a standalone sloping roof that I can put stuff on that concrete base with a little ramp to get on it, and that the tin is going to go on top. That's the tin that's over there. Those sheets are off the front of the barn, so I'm just repurposing them because I'm a good boy. What else have we got down there? A little bit of scrap metal down here, not sure what to do with that. And then over there are a number of piles of rocks, big rocks, smaller rocks and smaller rocks. Those rocks are coming up here. Those rocks are going to line and they're going to be the distinguishing mark between lawn right the way across here, down here, and this sort of garden area where we're going to keep some of the things that want to grow here, like the massive buddleia that we planted that was only like that big, and now look at it, it's gone mad. That's a buddleia, the white one. So that can come out of the pot and get planted because obviously it likes growing here. And then there's a few select other thing here. There's actually a hazelnut tree down in the middle, which is incredibly exciting because I've always wanted that when you're kids and you go for a walk, we used to eat hazelnuts off the trees, and then that just seemed to disappear. I don't know where they went, but they're nowhere near as sort of prolific as they used to be. So I always wanted to plant it, and here one has been planted. Off it goes. So we do have some other ones dotted around, but this one's just gone special mode. It's just gone. So fantastic. Just underneath that is a rhododendron just there, and that is a bib dip. I don't know. There's obviously an apple tree there, golden delicious apples on there, which is like, it's great. And there's a few other select things that we'll put back into this strip along here against the rock face. So I want to line it, so that's why all those rocks that are down there are coming up, and they're just going to give me a very, very crude rustic wall along here. Just basically handball it and put the rocks in place. So obviously machine them up and then just place them in. They're not going to be like cemented in or anything like that. They're just going to be set in to give us a divide between a growing area and then a lawn area. So I've had to, underneath all of this, when we pulled the pea shingle down, we put membrane down, which is here. I'll rip most of that up, and it's currently down there at the moment, drying in the sun, and then I can get rid of it tomorrow. It's obviously been down for 3 years. It's a bit manky, but once it dries in this heat that we've got, it's a lot more manageable, which is why, that's the point of drying it. It's easier to move around that way rather than going, getting slugs stuck to my hands all the time. So membrane is largely up. There's only this bit right underneath where I'm stood now and along this edge. The top 3 or 4 inches of pea shingle has all been brought together. It looks really dirty, but actually majority of that is actually pea shingle. So for the moment, I'm just going to pull it together. There's one little lump there, and a much bigger lump down the bottom. I need to get rid of it. Once I've got rid of it all, I need to somehow probably bring some sort of material back here. And the idea is that we level this right the way down. And all the way along here is probably, I don't know if I can guess that. What is that? Let's go for like 10, 20, 25 meters, I suppose, down here. I think, which is what, 80 foot, is it? 90 foot, something like that. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, we're going to put turf down. So what we've got is about 20 metres by about 2.5 to 3 metres across here. So roughly 60 square metres. And I kind of figured it'd be a lot cheaper to put some topsoil down and then put some grass seed down, clear off on holiday, come back in a couple of weeks and hopefully have a new lawn. That's the plan.
Not sure how this is going to work out, but we'll give it a go. If I put this bar up, there is a roll bar here, I could stick the camera right up there. That'd be a weird view, wouldn't it? Just stick it there. Should we try that? Okay.
Should be enough. I think for the small little gaps I've got here, I've probably got enough here that I can bring down and just fill the gaps in. Oh, I think it might be okay. We'll see. Just remembered, I don't know if there's any diesel in this. Yes, it's about a third. That's good. Right, what was I doing? Getting this sorted out. Careful not to hit this because this is really thin, and that over the middle there would not go down too well, so I'm just careful. And again, the only reason I've got these bits of stone here because when that's fully laden it's got a lot of weight in it. Just that wheel dropping down there does feel a little bit sketchy, but it probably just feels worse than it is. State of that. I've got to put all of the grouting stuff in here, which I never did. So as you put all of this down, it's down there in a bucket waiting to go. So by the end of autumn, certainly, once I've finished destroying all of this. Is that smoky? Okay, interesting. Keep an eye on that. Don't know why it's getting hot. Anyway, let's get on. And yeah, I'll come back and do this grouty stuff. I can't remember what it's called. I'll do that another day. Let's get this moving. I managed to do one of those things where I forgot to turn the camera on and then this thing just absolutely freaked out. I'm going to see if I can get it around the corner. It might make a horrible noise, but I think if it does, it's just because it's hot. And it will suddenly blow out a load of what looks like smoke just down here. It's not smoke, it's steam. So it just did it to me. Horrible big loud noise, lots of white stuff. Maybe go and get the fire extinguisher. By the time I came back, nothing. And so I think it's steam. So I'm just going to park it in the shade, let it cool down, because it was a bit smoky up at the top. I'm not going to make it do it again, but I'll just let it settle down here. So masses of white stuff came out, which I actually thought was like oil, unburnt oil, hydraulic oil, maybe a burst pipe going onto something like the exhaust manifold. Loads and loads of white smoke. And then after I ran out, got the fire extinguisher, came back, there was no hint of it at all. It stopped. And what's happening, I think it came out of there. It's got some sort of bypass valve pressure release thing, because this was all blasted out, and this is probably very, very clean right now. So I think it was steam coming out of there. It is. So when it was running a minute ago, I started to see some smoke around it. Probably saw me looking underneath it, thinking like, what's that? I think it's just hot. It's very, very hot today. These machines run quite hot anyway. It has got a mechanical fan there, which seems to be doing its business, and I think it's quite clean. I did spend a reasonable amount of time just sort of cleaning it out, so what you see in there? But it doesn't look bad. Oh, mind you, that radiator's a bit dirty here, which suggests I haven't cleaned it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I have to take this plate off again and just clean out the radiator there. So it looks like it's got a water filter in there, or water cooler, sorry, there. I didn't look. It's too dirty, I think. And then to the left of it looks like an oil cooler over there. There. But if it was, if it truly was, see the steam coming out of it now. Yeah, it kind of blows a raspberry. It goes like that kind of noise, really loud. Blasts it out that way. I want to lick that, but I don't want to lick that. I don't think I should lick that. If I let it cool down, which I need to do because I do want to get it working, to be honest. I let it cool down. I don't know if I'm going to brave taking this cap off just yet. I would like to see how much water's in there, but the fact that stuff's come out of it suggests that unless it's underfilled and there's a lot of air in it and it isn't cooling properly. Anyway, let me let it cool down and then I'll see what's underneath there, and that will tell me if I need to put some coolant in it. Yeah, it's running very hot and overheated, clearly. Alright, onward and upwards. Let's have a little jiggly with that thing. There's no rush in this. I'm trying to grow grass along here, so I keep putting more and more topsoil on it. When I get topsoil to go and do that lawn at the back, I'm going to put even more on here. More on? Yeah, more on here. And then see if I can get my nice Brazilian down the driveway. It's just a stylistic thing. Look at the whole vine. The vine's gone mental. Right, can we go a little bit quicker? So I need to get the digger back round the back and try and place some of these stones while the dumper is down there having to think about what's wrong with it. It's having a little rest because it's a bit hot today and it didn't like it. Right, I'm going to need to... I've got the tracks out at the moment, so I need to spin round without hitting anything and without it one-handed. It's not very intuitive. Try not to drop the big stone on stuff, so I need to push that down. That'll do it, and then if I do this, that'll bring the blade down, which you can probably see down there somewhere. That lifted us off the ground, and there's a lever down there. I'm gonna I need to be nice and narrow, and now hopefully to bring that grapple up a little bit, and then that thing back there, pull the blade, pull it back up, that will lower the machine down again. So that's, we're back on the ground, and now I can go back around and get this up here because I've got a much narrower machine now. So doing this by hand because my feet are just not sensitive enough to drive me around the corner with the foot pedals here. I just don't have the sensitivity in my feet because my left foot and left leg and the sciatic's all knackered because the back's knackered. So this is what really screws up the slabs. So that's probably finished off that slab, has it?
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, that's what the machines do. And you do need to be careful, because if I touch that roof there with this, that'll just get destroyed. It'll just ping off in different ways, like it's made of paper. You know, machines like this and this stuff, they do not get along. So I'm going to need to drive it down that slope there. I just need to make sure that the back of the cab here doesn't hit the roof of that, otherwise it will just smash it. Smash. We're about 6 inches away from that. I'm just going to drive off the edge. Four or 5 inches down here. This bit's not going to feel very nice, but all that's going to happen, hopefully anyway, all that's going to happen is just going to feel crap, but reasonably safe. Because if it was truly unsafe, I just wouldn't do it now. After doing enough stupid things, I'm not into doing stupid things in diggers anymore. Thank you. I'm going to drop that thing. I'm going to drop it here actually, I think. It'd be nice to have that curved around there. This thing is connected by the two auxiliary socket things up here, the feeds. It's driven here. This is to open it. Here's to open it. Close it. Open it. So it's a rocker. It's rocking like that. Just pushing down on this side of it is going to open that. Ta-da. Right, and now I want to get the machine over there, just so I can. This bit doesn't feel very nice. And we're there. Okay, we're good. I can just place some of these boulders and move them around just a little bit. Then I shouldn't need to bring the machine in here again. So, just going to get on with that. We have a little wall. I've just put a load of, just scraped off the top ½ inch or inch off of here, as you can see. Whatever comes next, it's almost like builder's rubber, I think, probably from when they built the house. But it's going to have new topsoil going down here, so that's not a problem. So some of this old stuff, I just scraped it off, dumped it in there, because then I'm going to take that buddly off, just the same as that one, except that's a white one. Stick him in there, put some bags of peat in with it. And there we go. Hello. There's the wall. Kind of, I didn't go all the way down. I've still got another, what's about another 6 or 8 meters to do there, just that narrow slot. But I might be able to do that tomorrow. I might have to have a day off work tomorrow just to finish it off, and then I can get the topsoil delivered tomorrow. There's the base of the wall, the basics of the wall. Any of this topsoil I have been peeling off here. I've just been tucking it down the back of the rocks there just to start filling it in. And that's it for now. It's kept me busy for the day. It's a very hot day today, very humid. Clouds just starting to come over it. Well, bright sunshine. But that is it. 10 to 7. Right, let's put my feet up now. That's right. Meow. And one thing, this. People call them red admirals, they're not. Where are you? Oh, no. So I've decided that we like butterflies. So that's another good reason to get a buddler in. I'm gonna buy some more. Oh. Right, buy them. That's gone right there. They're amazing things. Yeah. Focus. 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 No? Oh no? They're not red admirals. We did see one earlier on. Red admirals look more like the main body of it is like it's like a very thin sort, like a cat's eye, and it's like a slither, which is the body, and then it kind of has neutral, I suppose, and then it has like another curve of orange, an orange on each wing, and then black. And so if you were to look at it in its entirety, it looks like the Eye of Sauron from Lord of the Rings. And that is not what these are.